Okay, in my own humble opinion, like what she said, education is acquiring knowledge. And as we all know, knowledge is power. So if education is, there's this scholar that talked about it. Let's talk about Emmanuel Agre. He's a Ghanaian scholar. He said, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate her family and thus the entire nation. So education is necessary for a girl child. It helps to bring her to the limelight on how to, work hand in hand, how to make sure her society is being brought up properly. And also it makes her, it reduces child mortality rate. What do I mean by that? A woman, she wouldn't get pregnant, like, early pregnancy and all this stuff. It makes her think big. Gender-based violence, it makes her appreciable in the society.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, based on the time you're watching this video. Today, we're in for another episode of the Glam Talk Show. And usually, we do come around with an interesting topic for our viewers, of course, to watch and to learn. But today, we have a topic on ground: the education necessary for the girl child. I have my regular speakers, Navy and Icon TV. We have two beautiful guest speakers who will help talk on this topic and let know if it's important for a girl to go to school. Be really important. For me, I don't know. Most after this talk, she will do what we will learn. And just like I've always said, please, if you have your opinion, your own opinion, drop it in the comment section. And please don't forget to share this video and to follow for more videos. And if you have a topic you want us to talk on, feel free to do what to the comment or come to my DM. So let's get down to business. Before that, please, I would like us to know the name and occupation of two beautiful guest speakers. Please, name.
Willie Ruin Odidi.
Come again.
Willie Ruin Odidi.
Okay. So,
And I'm self-employed.
you're still employed.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Please, your name.
Okay, my name is Ofionwan, but you can call me Glory.
Okay.
I am a student.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay. So as the topic implies, it is necessary for a girl child to, to be educated or to go to school, as anyone put it. I would like us to say something about it. Please.
Okay. Before I go into details of why education is necessary or not necessary for the girl child, I would like we all to know what education is. Education is acquiring knowledge. Okay. Not only based in school, maybe different things like in skills or anything. Okay. Now, based on the topic, education is necessary for the girl child. I would say, in my own opinion, yes, education is necessary for the girl child because a girl child, if you train one girl, she can train her whole community. Yes. Now, also say, training a girl child, is not a waste. It's not wastage of money because if a girl holds a very good position in society, she's entitled to help extend helping hands not only to her fellow girls but everybody around her.
Okay.
So I would say with that point of mind for now, I would say education is necessary for the girl child.
Wow. Okay. That's actually a good point. But just like what you said if a girl goes to school to extend helping hand to a community, like so in what aspect are you actually laying emphasis on?
Like not only in the aspect of education, maybe
Okay.
skill acquisition and the rest of that.
Okay. No problem. Okay. I think we'll still come back to you. So, if there's anything, what can you see about what you have on ground?
Okay, in my own humble opinion, like what she said, education is acquiring knowledge. And as we all know, knowledge is power. So if education is, there's this scholar that talked about it. Let's talk about Emmanuel Agre. He's a Ghanaian scholar. He said, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate her family and thus the entire nation. So education is necessary for a girl child. It helps to bring her to the limelight on how to, work hand in hand, how to make sure her society is being brought up properly. And also it makes her, it reduces child mortality rate. What do I mean by that? A woman, she wouldn't get pregnant, like, early pregnancy and all this stuff. It makes her think big. Gender-based violence, it makes her appreciable in the society. Not just the man speaking, but she's also, able to put out her own views at hand. And it brings in gender equality. A man, what a man can do, woman can do better, or a woman can do best. But education for a girl child, if a father, as you said, um, trains his child to the university level, and then decided to dust his boots and take a bow, there is no big deal about that. It is then left for her maybe to further herself or a husband to continue the whole thing. But it is very necessary for a girl child to acquire knowledge because it will help her know her rights and wrongs in the society. That includes values in a general term. Thank
Sorry,
you.
I think both of you actually learning about society. But now, looking at marriage, now let us come to marriage or relationship. Understand. Now, if a girl keep going to school, like she's educated, like is there anything that has to do with her knowing things about marriage or relationship that will come to that education aspect? Because both of you actually learn about society.
Okay, let me dive in a little bit inside relationship.
Okay.
You see, relationship it depends. The first area of socialization of a child is the family. So I would not really put it on education. It is the family first that is the first step. So it depends on how the parents have brought the girl child up. Then it will show how well she's able to cope with her relationship. In other way, a parent can bring up a girl child in a well respectable and reputable manner, but due to peer group influence, especially if the girl is from a rich home, she's being all classy and graceful. Via peer group influence and maybe she's been exposed to what she's not supposed to be, then the relationship will suffer a lot of downfall. But via education, she can even go to school and not acquire that education. But if she acquires that education and she's bright filled, then you need to check her family if it runs through their veins, if pride runs through their veins. Or you might see that her father and her mother is humble. Then the category of friends she keeps, or maybe Nigerians will call it village people, how if it comes about, then she will become a menace to the society. She'll be treating people, looking down on a whole lot of people. So education does not really have to do with her inadequateness, or should I use her nonchalant attitude in a relationship. It is first from her family. You need to check her background. What is she up to? How is her parents? You cannot have a timid mother who is always causing trouble in the society every day. She's always, any small thing, she's fighting with her neighbor. She sings to the detriment of her neighbor's anger. She always wants to cause fights. And watch out the child. She might be smart, but in that aspect, I've seen what parents have done, so I need to continue. It's not advised for parents to fight in front of their children because you create in this knowledge that fathers, you see a father beating a mother in front of his child, it's bad. That child will grow up with that mentality and then treat others the men in the society that way. I cannot be subjected to a man who hits me. The man might not even be hitting her, but because of that mentality she grew up with, because of how she hides maybe through the door, sorry, by the door or by the window, watching her mother scream and all the stuff, that will bring in problems. So I have mentioned her family background and also peer group influence, what she's been exposed to.
Okay, thank you very much. I think with the work you have to say about the topic on top.
Glam, you see with me that it is not necessary for a girl child to go to school. Going to school is not a problem, but we have limits you should go to. Fine. We have two genders here, the male and the female. The Bible says, wife, be submissive to your husband. If you check out this generation, if power is given to any lady, you will see there is every possibility of her abusing the power. Now, you want a girl child to go to school. What is the man doing? Or what is the husband doing? Who will come and take care of the house? And you know very well, this generation, we cannot let, okay, we the men cannot take care of children. That one I can boldly say. So, if you are a man and you cannot take care of a home, what will the wife do or what will the girl do? So, you stay in the house and be taking care of the house, and every day your wife is going to school. For what? You see that you lose respect as a man. She's talking about the society. Fine. You see with me that the society doesn't even need women for it to be what it is. I can prove to you. Let's check out the let's check out our parents. You see with me that my parents, okay, let me use myself. You see with me that if my mother, let me use myself, oh, if my mother should have advantage in education than my father, there won't be respect. Fine. My father cannot sit down in the house and expect my mother to be bringing food on the table. Because if a woman should go to school, every responsibilities in the house will be on her. Yes, no, you want to go to school, so every responsibilities will be on you. And what are we going to do? We the men, we should come and be supporting you to go to school. And you see that some women, even when they go to school, they will abuse it. They will abuse power. Check out institution. Check out people that are on power now. Some are the women. Check how things are going on in that place. And that's why you see in our country, Nigeria, power cannot be given to women in terms of presidency. Because even God knows, even God knows that if this thing should happen, this gender are capable of abusing the power. That's why you see we cannot give them chance, or our leaders, or our fathers cannot give them the chance because not somebody like me. So I boldly say that it is not necessary for a girl child to go to school. It's better you just go to school and stop somewhere so that you'll be able to do your children homework. That is it. Give your husband the chance to go, or the male, give them the chance. And you just go so that you know how to sign,
Okay.
how to do your children
How
homework,
to pick.
how to speak. That is just it. There's no need of going to school.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Please,
Okay.
primary, secondary, and university is okay. Not for masters,
Okay, so
everything.
okay, thank you very much for the point. Journalism is what you have to say.
Okay, let me say this is one of the best topics so far on this show,
Okay.
and I would love to see this. When we're talking about education, everybody says a general something, understand? Which, as a human, at least need to, as my colleague here said, at least need to have that knowledge, the skills, at least to do something important. But for me, when you're talking about education being important for particular gender, which is the female, I will not say it's not important, understand? But at a scale of 10, I would say out of let me use 100%, then I'll give it maybe 90-10. Like 10% should go for them. Like they need that
Girls.
education. Like
Girls.
yes, the girls need that education 10%, but 90% they don't need it.
They have to go to
Yeah.
the mill.
What the reason being why I'm saying this is, you know, my colleague dey say something. If a woman succeed in going to school, like from primary to university, masters and every other thing, omo, the men in that, okay, let's use example like this is a community and she's the only graduate here, you understand? She's the only person that has money. You as a man, she can never respect you.
That,
No,
okay, that if I'm not
yeah,
level,
yeah,
yes.
you are not a level now. That's why you used to, some of these are girls, like they will always tell you, when you see them with, maybe they feel they have money, like they can, a woman will tell you, I don't need a man in my life, I can take care of myself. Why? Because they have the knowledge on how to make money and
They are exposed
yeah.
than you.
You understand? So it's not really important. As my colleague say, at least just know how to sign, just know how to read, maybe at least
Do your children
because
homework.
as a person, as a human, at least even if you don't know anything, but just know how to write your name.
Yes.
You understand? Just spell your name and know when you tell you, okay, sign here, you sign. It's important. That one is
Very
normal.
important.
But to give it 100% to them is not really important. You understand? It's not really important.
Glam, she said something concerning relationship. Let's come to it. If you check out some marriages now, some marriages, some celebrities marriages. If you see a successful girl in that relationship, just know that that marriage will be at risk because there is every possibility of her wanting to share the property.
Yes.
Yes, there's every possibility of her wanting to because if for example if because men love cheating, if a man want to cheat, wait, no, I'm coming, no, wait, I'm no, I'm coming.
Okay,
If it is in the place of
not
the
all
man
men,
cheating, no, not all men
Yeah,
cheating on you, she want to use the power that she acquire in school. Maybe she's a lawyer or maybe she's something, she want to use that power. Yes, yes, to oppress the this thing. So how do you want?
Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
yeah.
I want to say something. When you were talking, you said, if the woman is educated, who will take care of the house, do the house chores, do the children's homework, then you're saying you take care of the home. Why is there services of a nanny? I'm still talking, sorry. Because I've seen marriages whereby I've met people, I have big friends, they'll be like, if my woman does not go to school, I can't marry her because she has to bring to the table, I also will bring to the table. We do it a 50-50.
Okay.
So you saying if your wives go to school, who take care of the house? Omo, this kind of person that I see her like this, me like this, I won't agree to that. I'll have to work, you work. If you need someone to take care of the children, you employ a nanny.
And what if your husband decide to I think take advantage
Glad
of the
I
money?
wanted to answer this question. You are talking about working. Fine. That's why I am a man. I'm to establish you
No,
and not for you to
not to
work.
work yet. Now we're still on education aspect, not work. Understand?
African home, you cannot bring a nanny, according to what she said, into the house.
No, okay,
Uh-uh.
let me ask this question. The nanny you are bringing, is it someone educated
Okay.
or an illiterate?
Okay.
That's why you have nanny agencies. They'll get you
You
nannies.
see?
Okay. We have
Nanny agencies.
in Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay. I think
Can I say something?
yeah, sure.
Okay. What he is actually saying, I'm just going to make a little input. But in a general term, this is gender bias. What do I mean by gender bias? If you're the man, you need to work. We know the man is the head, and nobody can actually take that place. It is only a foolish woman who would want to be head over her husband. So that's why before I even answer the question, I brought in something that we should check the background and the scope of a woman. You cannot have a woman who has parents that gives her quality time and attention right from when she was little to grow up to become wayward, except village people and peer group influences involved. Now, the first step of socialization is what she takes into a relationship. Her father is perhaps, let's say, a senator. He's a government personnel. He's a highly influenced person, and decided that his child must become a barrister, or must become a medical practitioner, must become an engineer at all costs. He's not choosing for her, but she has made this decision that this is what she wants to be, and the father is ready to do it, to spend and go extra miles for her sake. And then she eventually does what? She becomes this thing. And then let me use the term of Nollywood movies. She met with a Keke Napep guy and decided to do what? She falls in love with him because he's respected. Before a woman of that caliber will fall in love with such a man and not disdain him, is maybe she has seen the qualities he has, what he has to offer. She has seen a future with him. Oh, he's not well developed. I'm talking about a sensible woman. There are sensible women, there are foolish women. Yes. So a sensible woman seeing how well this tricyclist is hustling. He sees maybe he's also a graduate, or maybe he just stopped at he has a BA or a BSc, and then he sees how he wants to make it in life, and she decided to have her father as well. Maybe her father doesn't want her to get married to such a person, and maybe via convincing and all those stuff, she gets married to him and establishes him to be what he is. What about men that abuse such privileges at the end? Because of love, she had decided to do this despite having a PhD. She had decided to settle down for a man who is lesser than her. So, what about them, the men who abuses such privileges at the end? They cheat, like he rightly said. You cannot exclude cheating from a man's life. It is like not all men are the same. It is like a norm. It is something they say men cannot stay without cheating.
Okay.
She said nannies. Now, in order for nannies not to come in, I have a PhD. My husband is doing well. I cannot rule him. Women, submit to your husband. Men, love your wives. What do I mean? We need to share house chores. If you do not want nannyship, because I personally, I like a man who assists me a lot. Yes, we assist ourselves in and out. I love him coming to the kitchen, helping me to cook. I love him coming to help me with the children homework. I am not only to be subjected to doing homework and also kitchen duties for the family, but my husband is also supposed to help. The children need to feel his presence. I see a lot of TikTok videos these days. Fathers are doing a lot. They are stepping up in the game. They do not just want the mothers. They just want the song "Sweet Mother." They also want to hear "Sweet Father." They want to hear it. So I cannot only be subjected to homework duties just because when I get there, I'll become wayward. I'll have a nonchalant attitude. But my family will be the first people. They will be the first people to be blamed. This is how your child is. So because she has acquired this level of degree, that's why she's becoming so pompous. Women abuse power a lot. You're right. They do. A lot of them, they abuse power. I personally don't roll with women a lot. I'm a woman, but I know what I'm saying. Yes, men can in institutions they can subject women to an object of ridicule. They are if you do not come sleep with me, if you do not come touch me, I will not give you good grades. But you see, women, I'm a feminist, but women have a lot of problems. They one problem they have is that some of them lack human sympathy. They use the word women supporting women. I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages. Women supporting women, but at the end, they feel so prideful. I see a man, there's a guy who walk up here and then greet you guys, handshake. They don't even know you from Adam, but they'll just greet you. but the women will want to be so
That's their pride.
classy and graceful. But in the aspect of home right issue, I personally love my husband to be present in his children's lives. You cannot just be traveling to Italy, England, and you're just hearing your. Sometimes you don't even ask how are the kids. You just come back and then you demand for sex in the night, and then boom, we make babies, and then you run off because you have what appointments. You have people. He's working for money, but you brought in you went to get married, right? Are you just supposed to look after the money? Don't you have responsibilities? It's not easy to get a woman pregnant. It is not easy. Some men suffer with erection. It is not easy. So if you're opportuned to get a woman pregnant, then you should be there for her. You should be there for the kids. The children needs to feel you need to feed them as well. You need to know their names. You need to know their favorite color. You need to know their favorite clothes. You need to be there to support them emotionally. They go through a lot in school, bullying, teachers, they treat them awfully. The mother, the woman should not only be the only one running helter skelter, kitty kitty kata kata, and then looking for how to battle the teachers. The husband too should, you know, you need to. I say, children. Maybe they have the girls. Maybe, oh, daddy, I'm having a football game. I'm sorry, honey, I'm not gonna be around. I have an appointment, and then the mother will come pacifying her. Don't worry, I'll come watch you. How do you think she'll feel? That my father is not there to watch me just because he's going abroad for an appointment. Same thing as the mothers. Some they don't even care. They're just there. But in all round ramification, I feel like everything should be done together. It said, united we stand, divided we fall. So if the husband and the wife will come together, cater for the children, bring them up in the fear of the Lord, bring them up properly, then we will not have children, female children, abusing power tomorrow. We will not have female children who use their educational standard to suppress their husbands. We will not have children, female children, who are lazy not to cook, thereby employing nannies, except you and your husband have a tight schedule. But in the midst of that tight schedule, make out time for your kids. The nannies will be there, but they cannot take your place as parents. Thank you.
You made mention of a Nollywood something that the woman will help the man, and when the man stand well, the man will forget and do whatever.
Mhm.
The same thing applicable to the women. You agree with me that our generation now, some young men want to train their wives, and you see that after the whole training, she will forget what you've done and abuse the help. So don't say that it's only men, even the women, even if
I
is it higher than the women than men?
I did not say it's
You
only
see
the
the
man. I didn't say. I said, what about the men?
I'm saying
Are
what
you
about the women too?
what? Yes, the
That
women are
abuses
there. They abuse. That is why I said when you listen, you need to listen to me very carefully. I brought about family as the first step, an area of socialization. If they cannot train up the female child well, then she would not. Then you see her abusing power. Celebrities, they divorce a lot. Divorce is like is now a norm.
no,
It's
no,
something we
normal,
is now normally I get
normal,
money.
normal.
So what would I use him for? Why? Because she has acquired that wealth and influence. And then maybe she has gone through a series of heartbreaks, like they would say, emotional trauma. That is why she would not want to be subjected to a man anymore. Yes, emotional trauma will make her not to be subjected. And also poor, like very poor sense of reasoning. Very poor. You find them, the Nollywood industries, they're buying Lamborghinis, buying Bugatti. They would not want to be under a man. Emotional trauma, pride, lack of home training. So when I say, what about the men? There are so many of them out there. There are so many women. I am not just talking about the men. I'm talking about this thing is a two-way thing. The women suffer it, the men suffer it.
Actually, I believe those of you watching this video, you actually learned from what the speaker have actually said. To an extent, the lady has been education is for a girl child, and to an extent, the guys are saying it's not necessary. It has been a debate, and it has been a talk show. And so I have two questions for think, um, yeah, I'll start with my guest. The audience will also drop their own answer in the comment section. And the first question is: don't you think excess education for a girl child will ruin her relationship in terms of always fighting for her rights?